Hey, so today we're going to talk about sugar. And so let me ask you a question. What exactly is wrong with sugar? The correct answer is absolutely nothing as long as you have it in moderation. So whenever we talk about moderation according to regular health standards is no more than 100 calories of added sugar per day, which is equivalent to about 4 teaspoons or 25 grams of sugar. Whenever we talk about sugar, though, I want to just clarify a couple of things. First of all, sugar, by any other name, is sugar. Honey, agave nectar, molasses, whatever you want to call it, it is still sugar. So the purpose of weight loss and making some changes and decreasing the amount of sugar that you take in, that's still sugar. So we count all of that as the allotment that we have for sugar each day. So whenever you substitute sugar in the raw or honey or molasses or anything like that for regular table sugar, you're really not doing a whole lot better than just spooning out some of that little white stuff and using that. The key is to just use a little bit of it. So to decrease the amount of empty calories that we're getting, because sugar calories are basically empty calories, and to decrease that dopamine response, that craziness that we get in our brain whenever we eat sugar. So sugar actually increases our cravings for sugar and our desire to overeat. Speaking about sugar for this lesson, though, we are not talking about the sugar that you're going to naturally find in fruit, vegetables, beans, and food that just comes from the ground. That is irrelevant whenever we're talking about weight loss. What is relevant are those big changes that you're going to make to dramatically decrease the amount of calories that you're taking in, and the changes that you're going to make in the amount of extra sugar that you're adding to your diet, because we're going to get rid of all of that. The next thing to discuss is sugar substitutes. So we always think that, if you can't have sugar because of the calories, then if you have a sugar substitute that has 0 calories, you're doing a whole lot better. Honestly, whenever you're using all of that junk, what's happening is you're really making it more difficult for you to cut back on the amount of food that you eat and to get rid of sugar cravings. The goal for weight loss in the 10 and 2 program is for you to be able to easily incorporate that lifestyle. You don't want to continue to fight against yourself and have to roll through those cravings that you have until they subside or until you go to bed or you give in. We don't want you to do that. We want it to be something where you're actually changing the way that your brain thinks about food. Whenever you have sugar substitutes are nothing more than a chemically formed compound that has a lot more sweetness to it than regular sugar. So since it has a lot more sweetness to it, you use less of it. When you're using less of it, you have less calories. But the thing is, remember, there's 2 reasons why we're cutting back on sugar. Not just because of the calories, but also because that craziness that goes on in our brain whenever we have it. Sugar substitutes have that same response in our brain. Our brain doesn't recognize the difference. So you're having those same responses in your brain. So you're basically fighting against yourself by choosing sugar substitutes over sugar. The key is, let's all say it together, moderation. The key is no more than 4 teaspoons per day, 100 calories, or 25 grams per day. The questions that I generally get is, what do I put in my coffee? So let's get real here. If you're having coffee and you're putting 2 little teaspoons of sugar per day, then the limit is 4 teaspoons. If you're not adding any other sugar to anything else in your day, you're cool. That's thumbs up. That's awesome. But if you're also eating fruit-flavored yogurt or vanilla yogurt or anything like that that has added sugar in it, then you may run into the danger zone where you need to get rid of some of the sugar that you're adding to your coffee, cut back to a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon, or just gradually move over to the plain side of yogurt instead of having fruit flavored or vanilla, and then eventually cutting out dairy altogether. I'm not going to make you go insane right now and think about, I don't want you to get all overwhelmed with the thoughts of, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat if I cut out dairy? Don't go there yet. I just want you to kind of develop a brain cell for it. But the thing that I want you to look at now is how much added sugar you have in your yogurt that you're eating. The way that you do that is you take the type of yogurt that you're eating, whether it be Oikos, Chobani, Yoplait, whatever. Choose the plain, and then take the one that you're actually eating that may be vanilla or fruit flavored or what have you. Look at the back of it and see how many grams of sugar you have in each. So if your plain has, and I'm just going to make up a number, has like, I don't know, 5 grams of sugar. That's the naturally occurring sugar that you get in milk. Remember, we don't worry about all that. And then your fruit flavored has 25, then that's 20 grams of sugar that you're getting. Magic number is no more than 25 grams per day. So if you're having 2 teaspoons in your coffee and then you're also having the fruit flavored yogurt, you went way above. You got to make a shift. First of all, do not get the fruit flavored yogurt. Add your own fresh fruit to it. Secondly, whenever you're trying to decrease the amount of added sugar, start off slowly. Get the plain, get the vanilla, and split them in half. Like do half plain, half vanilla. Gradually, your taste buds will get accustomed to having more plain and eventually all plain yogurt instead of relying on the flavor that's there. Got it? Just a quick way to decrease the amount of calories that you're taking in from sugar and that extra gunk that's going to make you fight against yourself. So the next thing, if you're a member at Personally Fit, you can get your handouts and everything at the front desk. Whenever you go to the front desk, in this handout, I'll have a breakdown of all of the different sugar substitutes, and I tell you exactly why they all suck. So man-made is never as good as what God put on this earth for us to eat. Don't forget that. It's just a matter of time whenever we determine and have enough evidence to show that there's some kind of crap that's happening in our system, and so we should not put it in our systems at all. So just start now. Get ahead of the curve before we get all of that stuff that's coming out in research, right? Perfect. So a few things that I want to go over for you to actually stick to your meal plans and actually get rid of those sugar cravings. Number 1, we want to get rid of the sugar and fat together, especially if you read my book, which if you didn't, get it, read it. I cite a study in there that shows the little rats that eat at will, and whenever you had food, fat and sugar together, they just went absolutely crazy. Their brains lit up like a Christmas tree. Stay away from those foods if you want to make some relevant changes in your lifestyle. Next thing is to balance your meals with carbs and protein. So we have long-lasting energy foods and we have short-lasting energy foods. Your long-lasting are your beans, meats, and nuts. Your short-lasting are your fruits and veggies. So you want to combine those in order to get that longer lasting energy and still get the great nutrients of the short energy, the quick energy foods like your fruits and vegetables, okay? So you're never going to have like an orange or blueberries or anything by themselves. You're going to always couple it with something else like your cottage cheese until you wrap your brain around getting rid of the dairy, or some almonds or peanut butter or something like that. Got it? Next thing is to eat every 3 to 4 hours. We want to keep that blood sugar level steady. Remember, blood sugar rules the world. So we want to keep it steady so we don't get hungry and our energy level stays up. You also want to plan your meals. If you don't plan your meals, let me tell you, you are setting yourself up to basically not succeed, because whenever a push comes to shove, you're going to just grab that old thing that you used to eat, run through a drive-through or what have you, just like you used to do in your old life, and you're going to not get the results that you're expecting to see from the hard work that you're putting in. You also want to exercise. Exercise clears the brain. We think more clearly. We make better decisions, getting rid of all of those yucky toxins that we put in our system. So exercise daily. And the last thing is to look at alkalizing your body. Whenever you alkalize your body, it decreases your cravings and your needs for sugar. Greens are the absolute best way to do that. Our It Works greens are definitely something that I highly recommend for you to take. On our Sisters of Strength page, I have a video of Dr. Don, who is the physician that formulates our supplements. I think he is a mad genius in the way that we have our supplements formulated. So consider that. Call me, email me, message me, whatever, and I can send you some more information about that. So here we go. Sugar, moderation, right? That's what I want you to focus on right now. Get rid of as much sugar as you possibly can in your diet. Your body, your future self, your energy, everything about you will thank you for it. So peace out. Have an amazing day.